Greetings. Well, this is a very impromptu live stream. In fact, I even turn on my lights. There we are. Woohoo! Turn on the sun. All right. Well, you know, oh boy, I keep on getting called by a scammer today, and so we're gonna go ahead and do that now. Just FYI, this is gonna be totally different than I usually do. As you know, this is like totally so impromptu. I'm only running on one monitor right now, so you'll probably see a bunch of other stuff. And I'm just telling you though, I'm just pissed off because I keep on getting called by this one scammer, and it's calling from the same number, and I verified it's a scammer. And if you call back, they go you through a questionnaire, so we're gonna call him back a few times. And then I'm going to talk about some other fun stuff. I had another idea for another video I want to talk about today. We will still, by the way, do a scheduled live stream tonight, 9 o'clock, for some news. I haven't figured out exactly what we're going to talk about, but I'm going to go ahead and just chat about some basic things. Let me, so I'm still kind of in the middle of wrapping up breakfast and getting things ready for the office. And but I'll tell you that, I'm just getting pissed off with these scammers. And another article that I've kind of said I'm not going to, probably not going to cover. Let me see if I can actually see. I'm trying to pull up analytics on another screen and comments on another screen. So 8 watching now. Oh, cool. Let's see. Where are my comments at? There we are. Hey, Fairness. How's it going there? New distribution news maybe. No, I'm pissed off because the scammer keeps calling. So it was first in the morning. First, let me tell you what you do about this when a scammer calls. You can generally check phone numbers. Now, you do need Google for this. As you know, I'm not a huge fan of Google. But what you can do is, let me go over, I gotta find my scene setup. There we are. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, so using Google, you can actually type in the number. So I'm going to do 612-345-3992. I'm going to click on Google here, so this searches Google. Start page doesn't give you the numbers. So then you can look up and see what people are doing. So this is the number that keeps calling. So if we all want to call them, great, let's mess these guys up. Let's screw with these guys. They have called me 3 times today. So I'm going to put a sticky note over the calls that were legit. All right, so here, I'll just go back to my main screen here so you can see it a little bit bigger. And so here we are. I got to do it in front of the camera, not in front of the microphone. You can see that number there. So the first one, they called me at 11:30 this morning. Then they called me at 12:20, and then they just called me about 2. And you can see at 6, I called them back a bunch. So that's kind of what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to be kind of messing with this this all around here. I think it's one of the vacation scammers. Now, another article that I was going to cover, I decided not to cover it, but I saw this actually on The Consumerist this week, which is a great place for consumer news, is that the vacation schemers were finally hit up with a class action lawsuit. The court gave the go-ahead to it. I got to find it. So this is the exact scheme. Let's see. No, not that. I'm gonna have to go back and just search for it. It was I think Tuesday I saw it maybe. But this is the exact scheme that keeps calling me still today. Like this week, I've gotten calls from them. But what happens is they are going to, what they do is they'll change their business. So they'll run for a few, they will run for a few months, and then they're going to change their business. And so when somebody sues them, they can only go back, they can only go back and sue for the company under that name. So this is it here. This is that robocall. So if you recall, one of the scams that I talked about, it's not the one I actually had recorded the call, but one of the ones that the scammers had talked about was it was out there, and they basically, these guys call me at least once a week, and it's a robocall, and they get more sophisticated, but it's the exact same company. It's going to the exact same places. If you read through this, It's a resort marketing group is what these are here. And what you can find is it all goes back to the exact same people. Ultimately, what needs to happen is the people need shut down who are doing these things. But what happens is with the legal system, the way it is you can only go after this individual company. So this plaintiff sought $500 to $1,500 for each violation of the TCPA. The judge actually said, oh, well, you can get up to $300 per incident. So then you have to go down here to this attorney's website. You enter your phone number, and they find out if you're on the list. Well, guess what? My number, despite these are the same people who still keep calling me multiple times per week, my name's not on this. I can't get a part of this thing. And that kind of infuriates me a little bit. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to call these guys back. So let's go ahead and do that. I just got to set up something here that'll be nice for the phone so I can get this a little bit better. I'm so not even thought out about on this thing. Let me see do I have something I can set up as a little stand? I don't know. I can go back, grab some books. Let me do that. There we are. Just something to bring the phone up closer to the microphone. Let's go ahead and call Emily back. I didn't even go on and show you what the scheme was about. Let me go ahead and do that before we do this. Okay, so this is the scheme, location Minneapolis. Basically, this has been going on. These are logs that people have. So it's a robocall from a call center. Some live person does eventually get on the line. Some cases, robodialer may leave a message, which is consists of the background noise of the call center, which is actually all faked. Fifth call in the last 2 days. Several prior. I refuse to answer calls from this area code I have no connection with. Gets very annoying. Calls at work. Sounds the ringer. I have received calls from the above number every day this week. Here's the problem. You can go online. You can report this, quote unquote, report this. Nothing ever happens. So the best we can do is, if you're within the sound of my voice and you have the ability, maybe you have an auto dialer, maybe you have anything else, let's all call them at once. Let's overwhelm this call center to the point where they just have to shut down. Let's just do that. Because it's apparent our government's not going to do anything about these idiots. Let's go ahead and give them a call, shall we? Call failed. My system sucks. Hopefully they didn't block me. I annoyed them a lot today.
Hello.
Ooh.
None of our representatives are available right now.
Really?
If you received a call from this number, we should contact you within the next day.
Ooh, really?
If you believe you received this call by error, please press 1 to be added to our do not call list. Hello. None of our representatives...
Let's try again, shall we? You guys are annoying me enough today. Let's annoy them for a while.
Hello, this is Emily. Thanks for getting back to me.
Hi, Emily.
How are you today?
I'm great, Emily. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. We are calling because you've stayed at one of our resorts in the past, and your family was selected for our annual summer promotion of an all-inclusive stay and an entertainment package in one of our five-star resorts.
That's awesome.
So let me ask you a couple of questions to see if you qualify for this exciting offer, okay?
Sure. Go ahead.
Are you 70 years old or under?
No, I'm not. Hello, Emily? No.
Are you 70 years old or under?
No, I am not.
No problem. Goodbye.
Okay, so you hear what happened that time. The reason is if you are over a certain amount, the laws get really, really, really hairy once you start trying to scam elderly people. And so over 70, they're just going to hang up on you. So that's the thing. So we're going to call back and we're going to tell them that we are certainly under 70 this time.
Please stay on the line and you'll be transferred to the
Sweet.
next available agent.
I think I need another book.
Hello, this is Emily.
Hi, Emily.
Back to us. How are you today?
I am excellent, Emily. How are you?
We are calling because you've stayed at one of our resorts in the past, and your family was selected for our annual summer promotion
Cool.
of an all-inclusive stay and an entertainment package in one of our 5-star resorts.
Sweet.
So let me ask you a couple of questions to see if you qualify for this exciting offer, okay?
Sure, okay.
Are you 70 years old or under?
No, I'm not.
No problem. Goodbye.
70 or under? Oh, duh. I was supposed to go the other way. Haha. I gotta call him back again. This is getting fun.
Hello, this is Emily.
Hi, Emily.
Thanks for getting back to us. How are you today?
I'm awesome. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. We are calling because you've stayed at one of our resorts in the past.
Cool,
and
which one?
Your family was selected for our annual summer promotion of an all-inclusive stay and an entertainment package in one of our 5-star resorts.
Cool.
So let me ask you a couple of questions to see if
Sure.
you qualify for this exciting offer, okay?
Great.
Are you 70 years old or under?
I'm 35.
Are you still enjoying an annual household income of at least $50,000 or better?
I am.
Can you repeat that, please?
Yes.
Okay, let me get you to the specialist. Hold on with me, okay?
Great, thanks. So I think we're going to get a human now. Sure. So I think we're getting a human.
David, I'm a resort specialist here at Worldwide Vacations.
Hi,
How are you
David.
today?
I'm well, David. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. And welcome to the promotion today. I've got a couple of questions to ask. I know they just went over some qualifying questions with you, but are you still between the ages of 30 and 70?
Yes, indeed. I'm 35.
Oh, excellent. Excellent, sir. And annual household income, 50,000 or better?
Correct. I'm at 75,000.
Ah, very cool. Okay, congratulations. You do qualify for our premium promotion today. Now, what this would include is 11 nights of accommodations. Grab a sheet of paper and a pen, and I'll give you the details on this.
Sure, I got one. Yep, go ahead.
Excellent, excellent. And again, my name is David, and my employee number or ID is 8486, and I'm with Worldwide Vacations. And sir, what is your last name?
Smith.
Smith. Okay, Mr. Smith. Very good. Well, this promotion is amazing. There's just a couple of simple rules for this promotion that I need to make you aware of.
Sure.
They're very simple, but extremely important regarding the travel. We need a 60 to 90-day advance from you in order to guarantee the travel dates that you desire for the promotions. And we do ask that you're a guest for and attend a 60 to 90-minute VIP preview of the properties, and that would include breakfast or lunch, your choice, to see the vacation ownership resorts. Now, we only have 75 of these packages available today for the promotion, and due to the accommodations and the properties we're offering, it's going to be offered on a first-come, first-served basis. So between you and I, just to be fair to everyone, we ask that you either accept or decline the promotion officer at the end of all of our calls this afternoon. Fair enough?
Sure, sounds great.
Very cool. Excellent. And Mr. Smith, how often do you all travel right now?
About 3 or 4 times a year.
3 to 4 times annually? Are
Correct.
they usually in increments of, are they week-long vacations, or do you mix in some weekends? Or?
We'll do a few weekends. Well, like two long weekends and 2 week-longs.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. And typically, who's in your party? I mean, who travels with you?
Oh, it's my wife, my kids, me. It's usually 4 of us.
Oh, very cool. And how old are the kids?
They are 5 and 7 right now.
Oh, very nice ages. My last one is a senior in high school. It seems like yesterday it was 5. Okay. And the last family vacation you took, where
We went down to Florida. The kids wanted to see Disneyland.
Oh, very cool.
Oh, Disney
And just,
World, I guess.
For your own edification, our headquarters, we're here in Orlando.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and it makes it's very convenient because of the proximity to Disney and all of the resorts and everything down here. So I'm very blessed to be down here. And when you went down to Orlando, typically, do you do the theme parks, stuff like that?
Yeah, we do a lot of different things, theme parks, things like that. Yeah.
It's a very active vacation, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, that's in Florida. It's kind of it's hot too. So we went down. When was it? We went down. I think it was like May or something. So it wasn't super hot, but it was getting there.
Right. Do you have plans to come back to Orlando?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm not sure when. We try and go to different places, different times, and so things like that.
What are your favorite vacation spots, excluding Orlando?
Well, we don't really have any specific favorites. We try and do at least one ski trip out in the mountains. We try and do, just beaches. Just all sorts of things like that.
Oh, nice. So you like a little diversity in your getaways.
Absolutely.
Oh, very nice, very nice. All right. Well, I'm going to give you details now on the logistically the actual vacation. What we're going to do, the first leg of your vacation would be 4 days and 3 nights right here in the vacation capital of the world, Orlando. You and your family would be staying as a guest of ours at the Hilton or similar type accommodations right here in the heart of the attractions area. And you've been to Orlando before, and you came with the kids, theme parks, you like all the activity. And when you said last year you were here in Orlando?
It was just May, just a few months ago.
Oh, wow. Very cool. It was nice and warm then, too. Now, in 2018, just a couple of tips. We've got Disney will be opening the new Star Wars and Toy Story editions. And I know with your kids being 5 and 7, that really might be something that'll be cool for them. I figured I'd give you a heads up on that. So if you would, write down 4 days and 3 nights in Orlando. Now, included also in the promotion would be 5 days, 4 nights in Costa Rica. Have you and your wife ever been to Costa Rica?
I do not believe we actually have.
Okay, does this sound like something that you would like on your bucket list?
Yeah, we like going to lots of different types of beaches. So, sometimes we go out to like Rehoboth or Dewey, and sometimes we go, more southern beaches, Outer Banks. Sometimes it's beaches up in Maine, up by Portland was a nice one. Also, sometimes we go to the West Coast beaches as well. San Diego's good. So, there's just a lot of different places. So, any types of beaches are good, and we like variety. So, picking different ones would be great.
Oh, very cool. And another question, being a parent myself, do you and your wife ever have getaways, the two of you?
Every now and again. We usually do short weekends for that.
Right. Absolutely. I get it entirely. All right, well, in Costa Rica, you all will be our guest at the Villa Sol, S-O-L, Resort. Now, this resort, Mr. Smith, is located in Playa Hermosa, which is on the northwestern Pacific coast. And Playa Hermosa translates literally to beautiful beach. And that's what you all will find here. It's an all-inclusive 4-star resort that sits on, if you can picture this, Mr. Smith, the resort literally is built into a hillside. And literally from your balcony, you've got some of the best views of Playa Hermosa that there are on the island. Villa Sol is just 25 minutes from the international airport outside of Liberia. And it makes it a very good location, whether you and your wife decide you want to explore the rainforest, take a tour, zip line, tons of water sports, diving and kayaking and such. But the concierge can help you with all of that. So if you would, write down 5 days and 4 nights in Costa Rica.
Okay, yep, 5 days, 4 nights, Costa Rica. Okay.
Yep. And Mr. Smith, what's your first name? I feel funny calling you Mr. Smith each time.
Michael.
Mike. All right.
Yes,
Hey, Mike. That feels better. And you've been to the beaches on the West Coast and, down to Hilton Head and Outer Banks and stuff. The beaches, and I'm in Orlando, And as nice as our oceans are on the Atlantic and the Gulf side, this place is amazing. I mean, you can see 8 feet down. You could read a newspaper on the bottom. It's really, really neat. Now, that was 5 days, 4 nights in Costa Rica. Because you're participating in the promotion today, I've saved the best, what I consider the best location for last. We would be sending you all to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, and this would be for 5 days and 4 nights. You'll be our guest at the Villa del Palmar Resort and Spa, and it's amazing. Have you all ever been to Cabo?
No.
Awesome. Okay. Well, in Cabo San Lucas, to paint a picture, it's dramatic landscapes, and it's where the crystal waters of the Sea of Cortez, they meet the turquoise waves of the Pacific. Very unique. It's on the northern part of the Baja Peninsula. And there's also the El Arco rock formation there, which is absolutely, it's very unique. It's a feast for the eyes. Like I said, it is a resort and spa, so we would have the desert spa there that offers aromatherapy massages, food there that is amazing. Have you all ever stayed in one of the all-inclusive properties?
No, I've not done any of those. We usually just stick to some of the more public places. Usually stay in the U.S. more, but occasionally we travel. You know, Canada's nice, Niagara Falls, etc.
Okay, and you know what's cool is Cabo. The first time before we went there for a training marketing session, I thought of Cabo as really being Mexico. You know, it's really, you take a left in San Diego, you're not too far away. But while you're staying at the Villa del Palmar, you and your wife and the family will have full access to all of the resort amenities. And like I said, feel free to use all 5 outdoor swimming pools, 4 heated whirlpools, a fitness center. And if you guys want an evening off, we've got daycare facilities, a kids club for your 5 and 7-year-old as well. The concierge can arrange anything from horseback riding to ATV rentals, sailing charters, and deep sea fishing. Now, one of the details of the promotion is, Mike, keep in mind, like any other time you all travel, you're responsible for your air and ground transportation coming from Pennsylvania. Hotel taxes, any gratuities, if you were to tip the lady at the kids club, and they do arts and crafts and films and stuff, that would be coming from the guest. All right? And those are paid directly at the resort when you make your reservations. So they're not paid today, but make a mental note of that. But it would be 5 days, 4 nights in Cabo. Now, if you're like most of our guests during the promotion today, you're probably wondering, what's the catch?
Yeah, every now and again, yeah.
Okay. Well, I told you about the all-inclusive resort, and you haven't stayed in one of the all-inclusives, but this will encompass all of your meals and snacks, 24 hours a day, the whole time you're there. Beverages, whether it be non-alcoholic or adult beverages, as well as all non-motorized activities the kids will participate in, stuff like that. The resort will also provide transportation for you and your family from the airport to the resorts for free. Now, to answer the catch question, to offset the cost of this promotion for all of your lodging, we would ask that you pre-purchase an entertainment package. What is the entertainment package? Well, this is going to make your stay at Cabo totally all-inclusive, and that's the package I was talking about. Now, the good part about this, you're an educated traveler. It sounds like you've been quite a few places in the U.S., is the cost of the entertainment package for your vacations is only $4.99 per person, based upon double occupancy only, for a total of $9.98.
$9.98.
Now, what is the email address so we can get you an immediate confirmation for your purchase today?
You know, actually, I do not have a general email address. I keep on meaning to set one up.
And do you work out of the home, or?
No, I'm a bricklayer.
Oh, okay. Well, let me figure out a way. Let me get something. Like I said, I'm new to this department. Let me figure out how to do this. Hold on 1 second, Mike.
Sure.
Hello, David.
Oh, this is... No, I think David was the rep. I'm Michael. Yeah.
Okay, nice to meet you, Michael. My name is Jamie Elliser. I'm one of the promotional directors here with Worldwide Vacations. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you for asking. Been running a little crazy with this promotion, but all in all, the days went pretty well. Well, you were speaking to my agent, David. He did mention to me that you like the sound of the package and you are interested in traveling in the future, but you might have had a question or concern, something holding you back from the promotion today. What may I help you with?
Oh, I just don't have an email address.
Okay.
I've done manual labor my whole life, so... I'm sorry, say again?
What's that?
I asked, what was that again? I didn't hear you.
I said we also send you out a hard copy package in the mail. What is your physical mailing address you would like that sent to?
Oh, you know, here's what I'm gonna. I'm actually on a computer right now, seeing if I can get an email address created real quick, because that seems to be a little bit better.
No problem. Did you have any questions about the promotion, locations, anything like that?
Let's see. I guess the only thing I'm just curious about is why you're calling from Minnesota if your office is in Florida.
Okay, let me explain to you.
Sure.
This is a VIP promotion that's ran by RCI and Interval International. Are you familiar with this company?
I'm not. Can you tell me about them, please?
Absolutely. So the only way you can be selected for the promotion is either you own a timeshare, you're a part of a vacation club, maybe like Hilton Honors or Marriott Rewards, or you've simply stayed at one of the affiliating resorts in the past. RCI and Interval International are a huge umbrella company for like Westgate, Wyndham, Marriott, Hilton, Sheraton. And we don't just open up the phone book and draw names out of a hat. Definitely doesn't work like that. You do have to be selected by the resort. And what they do is they run a VIP reward promotion twice a year. It's a way of saying thank you for doing business and traveling within the network. And they select 100 people randomly, either owners, vacation club members, or people that have consistently stayed at their resorts. And they give you guys the opportunity to go out and stay at some new 5-star resorts, all-inclusive, at a 1-star price. Why? Because 2 reasons. That in exchange for that 90 minutes of your time, they know that 1 out of 10 people that take that VIP tour might be interested in purchasing a timeshare or joining a vacation club. If you're like myself, Michael, you will not. You're going to be a part of that 90% that just goes out and enjoys champagne taste on a beer budget, and that's completely fine. What they're hoping for from you is to impress you so much that maybe the next time you decide to take a vacation with your family, even years down the road, you're going to consider staying at another one of their properties, and you're going to consider staying all-inclusive because of the experience, convenience, affordability, and how you were treated. That's when they'll make money. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, I guess that does, yeah.
Okay, so you're transferred to us on our dollar system from the resource. We do have to, re-qualify you, making sure it is going to the correct person. Now, as far as the locations, who do you normally travel with other than your wife?
Just wife and the 2 kids.
Okay, and the kids are 5 and 7?
That is correct.
Okay, so Orlando is good for 4 people regardless of age. So the kids would be there for free. I know you mentioned to you in the promotion that everything is based on a double occupancy, but obviously we wouldn't want anyone to travel without their children. I have children of my own, so Orlando will cover all 4 of you guys. The Costa Rica location at the Villa Sol is all-inclusive, and that's a couple's getaway. I always suggest to my clients, save that one maybe for a special occasion, maybe an anniversary or a birthday. It is all-inclusive for the 5 days and 4 nights. Have you guys ever traveled out of the U.S.?
Not very much. I mean, I've gone to Canada a couple times, a couple other little things, but not too much.
Okay. Well, if you don't know much about Costa Rica and this location, it's a lot like Hawaii. It's just as beautiful and tropical. It's just a lot closer to travel to and economically more affordable. That resort is actually built into the side of an active dormant volcano, and it's surrounded by an ecological reserve. So it is built, for couples retreats, couples getaways, and it's all-inclusive. And I don't know if you guys have ever stayed all-inclusive in your travels, but ours is pretty extensive. So from the time you step foot on the property until the time you leave, all of the meals for the 2 of you, breakfast, lunch, dinner, all your appetizers, desserts, snacks and chef-prepared meals will be covered
Sure.
and unlimited.
So I have a question.
That's at
I have a question
choice
for you.
of
Real
the
quick.
restaurant.
Yep. You said
Go
you said that's on a preserve.
It's surrounded by ecological reserve. Yes.
Ecological. Are there like animals, like wild animals, things like that? Kids love animals.
They do have tours, like nature and rainforest tours, that they can offer. It's not at the resort. It's in Guanacaste, Costa Rica, which is very close to where the resort is located. But yes. Did that answer your question?
That does. So I end up creating a little temporary email address here. It'll at least get me the ability to get what you have. Are you ready?
Absolutely.
Okay. PIYIZ at S.
Z as in zebra?
Z as in zebra. Yep. At STORJ99.com.
I'm just going to repeat that back to you, make sure I typed it correctly. T as in Tom.
No, I'm sorry.
Y
P as in Paul. P as in Paul. I as in I. Y as in yo-yo. I. Z as in zebra.
At STORJ as in Jamie 99.com.
That is correct. Yep.
All right, perfect. Now, like I said, the Costa Rica is just good for you and your wife.
Okay.
Now, the all-inclusive stay in Cabo San Lucas, that is at the 5-star Villa del Palmar. That would be good for you, the wife, and the children. We will cover the children there for free,
Great.
and everyone will stay all-inclusive for that 5 days and 4 nights. We do start you off with 24 months to travel on the vacations. Is that enough time for you and your family to visit these locations?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And they're also all fully transferable and fully extendable. What that means is if you need more time past the 2 years, give us a call up through customer service and we'll extend it out for as long as you need. We do not benefit unless you travel. We're hoping to earn your repeat business and that you guys will come back and tell people about your experience, and that'll send more business to the resorts. Does that make sense?
That does, yep.
Okay. All the transfer fees are waived on the package, which means that for any reason, I don't know why you would want to, but if you had a reason to want to give or gift any of these away to a friend, family member, or loved one, as long as they're at least 25 and they meet the same exact qualifications you do for the particular location you may want to give or gift, then it costs you absolutely nothing to do that and them nothing to receive and travel on. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, I know you were mentioned to you are responsible for your taxes and tips whenever you travel. Not today. You might want to write this down.
Okay, go
It will
ahead.
be in all of your paperwork as well. In Orlando, it is just taxes, and you do not pay that until you check out. It is anywhere from $6 to at the very most, but will never exceed $15, and that is not per person. That is per night. So when you check out of Orlando, the most you will ever pay total for the entire stay is taxes. That goes to Uncle Sam, will be $45.
Okay.
In Costa Rica and Cabo, it is a one-time booking fee internationally, just like when you take a cruise. It's $149 for you and $149 for your wife. The entire stay, not per night. The kids do not pay that. They are free. And that covers all of the taxes, tips and gratuities, your resort fees, and your private transportation from the airport to the resort and back to the airport when you return. So you're not going to need any money in the international locations unless you would like to buy a souvenir or you just guys decide to do something gas-powered like go jet skiing or parasailing.
Sure.
Okay?
Yep.
All right. Now, I'm not the final step. I'm only allowed by law to simply take down your billing and shipping information. You do have to go through a third-party verification department. It is our legal team because we are licensed, bonded, and registered by the Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services here in the state of Florida.
Okay.
We're required to provide you with a digital receipt. It is a recording. You're going to come on the line here in just a moment.
Before
each location.
Sure. I have a few questions
Sorry.
before you do that. Can you give me your license number? You said you were
Absolutely.
licensed with them? Go ahead.
Absolutely, and I can even take you to the website where you can look up our company. You ready?
Yep. Give me the license number first.
Okay.
Go ahead.
It's S as in Sam, T as in Tom, the number 37979.
Okay.
If you go to pull up your browser and go to 800, and that's 800 the word help, HELP, and then the letters FLA, which stands for Florida.com. That's going to pull up the Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services here in the state of Florida.
Governments don't use .com addresses, ma'am. What's that again?
I'm sorry?
What's that? No, what's that again? 800 what?
It's 800-800.
Yep.
The word help, HELP.
Okay.
Then the letters FLA.
Okay.
.com. So 800-HELP, FLA.com. That's going to pull up the Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services here in the state of Florida. This is how you research a company, see if they're legitimate, they're licensed and bonded in the state in which they reside.
Okay.
On the left-hand side of the screen, you're going to see about the fourth tab down, it says business/complaint lookup. Let me know when you get there. Should be a blue and white screen, and you're going to see Adam Putnam as commissioner at the very top.
Yep. Okay, and then
All right.
where am I
About
looking
the fourth
here?
tab down on the left, click on business/complaint lookup. It's going to pull up another screen. It's going to give you an option to search a company by name, license number, address, phone number. Always, always, always make sure you type in their license number, because a lot of companies operate under similar names, just different LLCs and INCs. So in the license number, type in the number I just gave you, which is S as in Sam, T as in Tom, the number 37979, and click search. That's going to pull up our company, Worldwide Vacations, LLC. We're at 1900 Howell Branch Road, Suite 200, Winter Park, Florida. Our reservations and customer service number is there. You can see when we were issued our license.
Okay. Great. Okay.
Right?
Sure.
Now, I want you to go to sorry?
Oh, no, that's fine. That's fine.
All right. Now I want you to pull up our website so you can match everything up.
Okay, what's your website?
Ready? It's www.worldwidevacations, and that's with an S. It's plural. And the letter C is in Charlie, O is in Oscar. That stands for company.com. So all together, no spaces, worldwidevacations.co.com.
Okay.
There's going to be about 8 tabs across the top. On the very last one, they'll say contact us. If you click on that, you can match everything up, see where Worldwide Vacations, our address, reservations, and customer service number is on there. We also have a testimonial page where you can see the clients that we travel, the experiences that they've had with our resorts and our company. We also have a guarantee tab on there, okay, which states that for any reason, I don't care if you get to the resort and you don't like the color of the curtains in the room. If you are not 100% satisfied with your vacation, we will give you another vacation of your choosing wherever you would like to go for absolute free. That's how confident we are that you're going to enjoy these resorts and the vacations. Does that make you feel a little bit more comfortable?
Yep. I'm just doing one more quick search real quick.
I'm sorry, say that one more
I'm
time.
just doing one more quick search real quick on the computer, and give me just a second.
No problem. You were breaking up a little bit. So
Oh, yeah, sorry. I have you on speakerphone, and my computer is turned, my head is turned from where you were. I apologize for that.
Now, like I said, I'm not the final step. You do have to go through that legal verification department that is required by the FTC, that everything be put on a recording. They go over each location with you one more time, just as I have, the amount of people that are allowed to go, the amount of time that I gave you to use it, taxes, the total package price, everything, making sure that I did my job properly and I didn't promise you anything untrue, like I'm going to pay for your flights, or something ridiculous, like I can give you a helicopter ride with Mickey Mouse, because I can definitely not do that. And then once everything is completely to your liking, you are required to give your verbal voice authorization on that recording in order to process anything. You will get that immediate email while you are still on the phone that has all of this in black and white. It also has a link for that recording, so you get a copy. It's got a link to our website with your confirmation number, so you can actually go view, print, download, e-sign, even book dates through there whenever you are ready.
Okay.
We are also required by the FTC to send a copy of that recording to your bank or credit card institution, and that is required to be kept on file for 7 years. be required because of the multi-million-dollar contracts that we have with these resorts and our merchant accounts with Visa, MasterCard, and Discover to keep a copy on file for 5 years. So it protects us as a company and you as a consumer. Then you get a final form of confirmation, which is the fourth one. That's the hard copy package that comes to your home address in 7 to 14 business days. It's got all of your paperwork, your guarantees, and your color brochures about the resorts. What's the physical address you would like the hard copy package sent to?
Well, I have another question before I do that. How did you get my phone number?
I just told you, you stayed at one of our affiliating resorts.
Okay, I have never stayed at one. I have never stayed at one of your affiliated resorts. I've never given you any written express confirmation ever in my life. And you have robocalled a number on the federal do not call list. You are breaking the law. And you better believe that I have all of this recorded, and I'm going to report this company. I'm going to take your licenses and all that.
We're in compliance with the law, sir.
No, you are not. You are not. You are in so discompliance with the law, it's not even funny. Really? Explain to me this then. How did you call me with a robocall, a number that is on the federal do not call list, that has never given written consent or has never in any way said you may call me? You are breaking the law right there.
First of all, it is illegal to call from the do not call list, sir. So if you've ever
no. My number's been on the do not call list since the do not call list existed.
Are you gonna let me speak? Are you gonna let me speak?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, please.
Are you gonna keep cutting me off?
No, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Are you done?
Yep.
All right. Have a nice day, sir.
Oh no, I wanted to hear you speak. I'm sorry. Well, that was fun. Oh, they're still on the line. Yeah, so my number has been on the federal do not call list since the day the do not call list existed. Pennsylvania has its own special do not call list, so I'm also listed on that special do not call list. I have never stayed at any resort. Actually, there's one resort I've ever stayed at, and I didn't have this phone number when I did, and it had no affiliation with anything else. It was actually paid for with cash in a separate situation. So I've never actually stayed on any resort. I've never actually done any of that kind of stuff. These people, it is the same exact group. I showed the article at the very beginning. It's the same exact group. They've just keep on rechanging their brand name, changing everything else. Basically, what they do is they operate for 3 months. In fact, the website that I pulled up, it's the exact same template they've been using for years. So they basically take the template, they run the company for 3 or 4 years, or 3 or 4 months, they close it down, restart a new LLC, so every time they get hit, they basically cap their losses. And then they go in and they fight with the courts. So these guys are in so much discompliance with the law. They're still on the line, which is funny. They are in so much discompliance with the law, it's not even funny. Because I've never ever one time given any consent. I mean, you guys know me. I'm a privacy advocate. I wouldn't give consent. I believe that they got this information from the Maricopa hack, because that's really when the email scam started. That's when the phone number scam started. This is the phone number and the email that was attached to that application. So this is a reason. This is a reason why we should not be actually having... I'm going to hang up now. This is the reason we should not have all this mass data collection, and why it should be completely illegal for a third-party company to go in and have all of this, have all this extra stuff, because there's hacks that occur. These people steal information, and then a company like this comes ahead, steals this, and then they insist. And I don't know if they're just absolute liars or if they truly believe that they are in compliance with the law. But my number is on the federal do not call list. And for a robocall to call the federal do not call list is a absolute gross violation. When under the exceptions, A, I can give written consent, which has to be written, by the way. It could be if I'm doing business with a company, which I'm not doing any business with this particular company. They haven't even emailed me yet, which is a bummer. I'll do all that to set up a temporary email address, and they never sent me anything. Let's go ahead and have a look at the comments. Oh boy, let me do it over here so I can actually talk into the microphone as I read them. That would be more fun. Oh boy. Oh boy, let's go ahead and pull that. All right, let's see. Someone link the URL here. Numbers crap. Yeah, I mean, I know their license number is crap. So I'm going to take all this stuff, though, the call and everything else. So now, technically, in the state of Pennsylvania, you do have to have two-party consent by where you consent to record the phone call. These guys were already breaking the law, so I'm not even going to bother with that kind of stuff, and that freaks them out. I'd rather catch them in the act and all that than see whatever. The funny thing is they didn't realize that whole thing was on a live stream. That's the most hilarious. Let's see. I'm on the phone. I'm multitasking. And I'm wondering, it looks almost like that Help Florida line is possibly a legit website. I'm not completely sure, but I don't know. Which subdomain are they looking at? Let's see. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, you know what? I don't think they are, actually. I don't think they are. Let me look that number up again. I'm wondering if they just scraped some of their stuff. Because what I notice is the favicon is the same up in the top. Freshfromflorida.com, So it actually goes into FreshToFlorida.com. So that's kind of interesting to me. I haven't pulled up my temporary credit card numbers and stuff like that. I'm bummered out. I didn't get a chance to use any of those. They didn't send me anything either. Oh, I wanted written documentation. Get a free vacation for my family outside Gothenburg, Nebraska. Woohoo! The name calling. Okay, yeah. So you were live. I should have said that. I don't know if I'm the best scam baiter ever, but man, the thing is I have a lot of knowledge on the law, and I can keep a cool head, and I can multitask across multiple things. So it does make me pretty good at this. But I'll tell you, this is crazy stuff. Maybe should we call them back? Guys are bread and fire. I don't know. So far, you wasted maybe 30 minutes of their time, kind of like distro spins. Should call a tech support scammer. You'd be great, dude. Yeah, the thing is, though, is that I mean, I'm not a troller that I'm not just gonna hunt them out and call them. These guys, if you came on late, these guys called 3 times today. Since 11:30 this morning, they called me 3 times today, wasting my time, annoying the bejeebers out of me. And so I just had a fit of it. I looked up online, found out it's a common scammer. So I called the number back a few times and found that they answer every single time. So now I decided I'm gonna just go ahead and call them back on a live stream. So, you know, whatever. Let's see. Changes Farron OS. WPS was replaced by Libre. Sweet! Awesome. That was one of my big hangups on Farron. I'm glad to see that happen. And it's a little bit smaller. That's cool. Explore the site. Do you think it's a scam too? Windows 10 technicalsport.com. Probably is. Gave the source post and that link lecture. Didn't know you had all the sites. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a web developer, so, you know, I know how to get test sites up and things like that. It just takes me a while to find a good disposable email. I went through 3 of them to find one that was good. What if they have any vacation packages for Blackpool? I should call them back. Call them back. Username. No, I don't want to do that. Bend over. I could do Bart Simpson's verse. Is Mr. Dover there? Mr. Bend over? Well, they're a web address and lets their servers crash. Their address was... Which one was their address? Oh, theirs was the worldwide one. Let's go ahead and go there. WorldwideVacationsCo.com is the name of theirs. WorldwideVacationsCo.com. Hey, there's a number up there. confirmation number, international photo gallery, testimonials. They can't even do good, proper web design. These are the same exact pictures that's been on their previous 3 or 4 things. If you look at the scammer video I did a year ago, let's see if I can find it. But these are the same exact pictures. It's the same company. Like I said, it's the same company. The thing is, you can't go after the people. You have to go after the company. That's the way the laws are right now. And so, what ends up happening is they'll run the company for a few months, and then they're going to close it out, and then they're going to come back and restart the exact same operation somewhere else. And it just kind of allows things to keep going. So I'm going to tell you something. Take this video, pass it around, just because we need to have more awareness of what these guys are. These guys totally broke the law. I've never done anything with any of their groups. They're robocalling me with things. They're making sure I'm not over 70 so that they don't get the extra eye of scrutiny. But the reality is, that's it. What was the old one? What was the old I'm going to see if I can find that. This is like Caribbean. Let's see. I don't know. Seeing the URL, but I explored it and my fishy detection went off. Yeah. I'll help MS out for once. All right, let me see if I can find. So the one I'm looking at is I'm curious about this 800. Let me do a Google search because Google's going to do will have a little bit extra information rather than so I want to do a Google search for 800 help FLA. I'm going to do that on Google, see what I get. So that actually goes over, so that is actually their phone number. So the website that they gave us for verification is an actual website. And that's how they can legitimize it, because they very well possibly are a legitimate company, but they're still breaking the law. I'm going to go ahead and fill out a complaint now. Do not call complaints. And let's see. See, I don't really want to give. See, and this is the problem: is I'm not so totally confident with this particular thing, so I'm not sure. Let's see. Yeah, I'm a little leery of Florida Department of Agricultural and Consumer Services not using a GOV URL. That's a TLD, I guess. That's kind of scary. Let's see. Nice ear extensions. Yep. Thank you. Stuck my head in a lawnmower. That's what I did. All right. Ended up filing 5 FTC, 2 FCC complaints, and state attorney's complaint. Fined by the company $500,000. Call stopped after that. Yep. All right. Let's see. And this is the thing, is I'd like to be able to, here's another problem, is I'd like to be able to anonymously give information out. Like, I'd like to fill out this form on this alleged Florida Do Not Call program that was given me by a phone scammer, so I have to keep that with a grain of salt. They want your name, address, city, state, zip code, email address, and phone number. And that is, I mean, I'm still a little leery of that. And so, I'm not sure, let's see, but that actually does redirect me to a different site, which is a separate Florida company. There's complaint forms. You can download those. I don't know. Should I fill out this form or not? I'm not sure. See you later, English Bob. Good to be back. Heat from Fishman. Okay. Yep, the do not call system should block any calls, and that's, I mean, I agree with that. I mean, that's good. Well, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end this for now. Like I said, I'll be back at 9 o'clock tonight Eastern time with a discussion on the news. I think I'm gonna go ahead and file these complaints here. Pass this video around so people know that this is a scam. Again, the number they're calling from. If you want to be proactive on this, the number they're calling from is 612-345-3992. They called me 3 times today, and so I decided I'd call them back and waste some time of theirs. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll chat with y'all later, and have yourselves a good day. And for those that are still around, I'll see you later on tonight.